Hey there retro games fans, this is Andy C from Piece of 8-Bit. Welcome to this week's The Bit Between. Before I dive into our game this week, I just wanted to have a quick update on The Bit Between. So The Bit Between will no longer be dropping every single Wednesday. I'm going to just do it a little bit more ad hoc. Few reasons. One, I have a bit less time than I did before. It does take a lot of time to make 3 videos a week. And so I'm going to just drop that back, and so if there's a game I really want to play and I can't find a slot to put it in, I'm going to do a bit between. But don't stick around on a Wednesday and wait for it to drop every week because you might be disappointed. And yeah, I just want to play games when I want to play them rather than trying to sort of find 4 games that I want to do a bit between review on each week. So that is an update on the bit between, but let's not hang about talking about that anymore. Let's talk about this week's game, and this week we're going to be diving into one of Sega Saturn's most unusual and most beloved games, and that game is Nights into Dreams. It was released in 1996 and it was developed by Sonic Team actually. Nights into Dreams arrived at a time when Sega fans were really waiting for the big question to be answered. Where was Sonic's true 3D debut? Instead of delivering a traditional Sonic platformer, Sega gave us something completely different. It was a dreamlike aerial experience where you glide, loop, flow through surreal worlds rather than running across them. And it raises a really interesting question, which is, was Nights actually the closest that Sega ever got to delivering a true Sonic successor on the Saturn? You can go and watch my video about Sonic on the Saturn. It is a sad tale, actually. We didn't really get a very good Sonic on the platform, and hopefully, as we will demonstrate today, maybe this is the thing that perhaps scratched the itch, but it is a very different game, in fact. So the game itself follows 2 children, Clarice and Elliot, who enter the dream world of Nightopia, and they merge with the mysterious jester-like being Nights, and they battle the villain Wiseman and restore balance to the dream realm. But story isn't really the point here. Nights is all about movement and flow, and instead of traditional platforming, you're flying along looping courses, chaining together rings and tricks in a rhythmic, kind of almost musical way. It feels closer to a performance than a typical action game. Think part arcade score attack, part surreal art piece. And technically it was a real showcase for the Saturn's capabilities, especially when it was paired with the 3D control pad, which unfortunately I don't own, that launched alongside the game. And it was one of the earliest analog controllers on the home console, so I probably just need to seek one out actually. So critically, Nights was very well received. Reviewers praised its originality and visuals, sense of fluid motion, even if some players did find it a little short or weren't sure really how to categorise it, because it is a game in its own right. It quickly became one of Saturn's defining titles and a cult classic. Commercially, never quite reached Sonic level heights, partly because the Saturn itself struggled globally, and partly because Nights was so different from what audiences had expected. But its legacy is still huge, and the game became completely synonymous with Sega's experimental era, a reminder of when the company was willing to take really big creative risks rather than simply following trends. We did eventually get a sequel about a decade later with Nights Journey of Dreams on the Wii, but it received a mixed reception and never really captured that same magic of the original. The original game, however, did see a high-definition remake, which I do need to have a look at, and that was released in 2012, and it introduced Nights to a whole new generation, preserving all of that unique style and gameplay, and I've heard it is very, very good. Today, however, Nights into Dreams is really remembered not just as a Sega classic, as a Saturn classic, but as one of Sega's most artistic creations. A game less about winning and more about feeling of play. So, was this the Sonic game Saturn owners were waiting for, or was it something even more interesting? Let's step into the dream world and let's go find out. Right then, here we go then. Let's dive into the game. So we're just going to play for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm going to give you my early impressions. I won't say first impressions because I have had a look at this game, as I mentioned before, but only very briefly. And I'd never played it before on the Saturn, because I didn't own a Saturn. So that has been largely, a lot of the time, that has been the case, because I haven't owned a Saturn. I didn't know anybody that owned a Saturn, and so therefore I haven't really played a lot of games on it. So every time I come to play these games, A bit like Panzer Dragoon, it was a first for me there as well. Okay, so let's just put that in there. Okay, so I can beat Clarice or I can beat Elliot. And let's go with Clarice. Okay. This is quite interesting because 3D was something that wasn't something really that the Saturn was particularly good at. So, oh, there we go. And we're just starting off now. So, as I understand it, what I got to do now? So, yeah, I definitely can't use the sticks, which is kind of annoying. It suggests that I could, but it doesn't think that I can. So, was fine. We'll just go with the D-pad. It is playable with the D-pad. So now you can see at the top there I have some time. So that is the time that I have available where I can fly. Otherwise I have to go back and sort of renew my wings, if you like. So these sorts of things here will fling you around. There we go. And you see I'm sort of collecting these like little sort of bubble things here. Now if I go in here, that is one of the things that I think I've got to collect. And eventually, there's these loops here that I can go through. You can tell that this is a Sonic Team game. It feels like a Sonic Team game. It feels... Oh, hello. What happened there? I fell down the hill. It's got that sort of... I don't know, the soundtrack and the graphics and that kind of thing feel quite Sonic-like, despite the fact the gameplay is quite different. Right, what am I doing here? Apart from making a pig's breakfast of this. I'm following that sign. What have I missed? I've missed something, haven't I? These stars as well. Okay. Oh, here we go. Gotta go in here again. Right, I think I've got to go back to that start point again. Then I think I'm on for the second. I think it's number 2 next. Nope. It is a moderately confusing game, I will tell you that. Oh, there we go. That's right. That's what I needed to do. So I was going into that sort of, I don't know what that was, but I got to collect that. So I collected that silver gem. Now I got to go and collect the second one. So let's potter on down here. It sort of leads you to sort of fly around and go through these loop-the-loops. It's surprisingly easy to control. It looks kind of chaotic, but it's actually not too bad. I'm not very good at it, obviously, because I've not played it a huge amount. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. This is going to fling me through there. There we go. And it is quite ethereal. If that is a thing, if I mean it in the same way. It's very atmospheric, isn't it? And I love the music. Come on. There we go. Not sure that was necessarily the right way, but there you go. It could quite easily become addictive. I can see how it would be. Let me know your memories of this game, whether you played it back in the day or on the Saturn, or whether you've played the remastered version and what you think about that. I'd love to hear your comments. Come on. Oh, I'm being a bit of a fool here. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. No, I've missed what I was looking for, I think. So let's have to go around again now. I've only got 30 seconds left, so my wings are I'm gonna stop flying in about 30 seconds. Unless I can find what it is that I'm looking for. And if I can't, I'll have to walk back. To walk back to that start point. I think you only have so long to do it. Oh, where is it? Oh no! Oh, there it is! No, that's not it. Right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to follow this arrow now. Where is it? Oh, here. Is it? No. I think that's what I was actually looking for before. Oh, maybe not. Oh no! Oh no! I'm going to run out of time, I think. I'm confused now, so that red arrow didn't seem to be sending me where I needed to go. Pop in on the graphics there. What do you think of the graphics? I don't think they're too bad for this generation. I think they feel very... they feel very reminiscent of this early 32-bit generation. Graphics, I don't know what I'm doing there. It's all gone horribly wrong. Oh, whatever happened, I died. So it's going to tell me my dream is over, my night is over. Oh, I actually did worse there than I did the first time I played it. So let's one destroy legend blue, 20 blue chips. Advance to the next course by setting recovered. Yeah, that's what I did. Lidea, Idea or Lidea? Not sure what that was, but that was what I had to collect. So you just go around in a circle and you collect that. Let's just have another quick go. I have actually played this a bit further. I got further last time. I don't quite know why I couldn't find that second one there. I was obviously going the wrong way somewhere, and then I ran out of time. So let's have another quick go and see if we can do it. Alright, so yeah, so they're all stealing those things. That's what I have to collect. So let's just try that again then. So I'm going to get my wings, so to speak. Right, so I've got one. So I guess I just have to collect 3 of them. So let's just try that again. So the first one was fairly straightforward to catch. So let's get that. Let's not fuss about with that. Let's just get this. Now I can, I suppose, I guess I could probably fly backwards. It's probably nearer. No, it's not that far anyway. Oh, what have I done? I did it again. I did the same thing again. What has happened there? Right. Did I lose it? Let's go back this way. What's going on here? I apologise if you're a big fan of this game, because clearly... Oh, I think I must have dropped it, maybe. Let's go back all the way around here. Can I do this? Do I have this or not? This is the thing. I don't think I actually picked it up. This is what confuses me with this game. I apologise if you're all shouting at the screen going, what the hell is he doing? I can only apologise. I actually... Oh, that's it. There we go. I think I did it that time. Oh, it did say I needed to collect 20 of the... I need to collect 20 of the... They're not coins, but you know what I mean. Chips, was it? Alright, let's try this again now. So, number 2. Well, they remind me of those... it's like if you play... Sonic and Knuckles, and you get those little sort of chicken things that blow you around. Right, okay, so... It's great, because you could just sort of fly around and... Ah, no. Oh, no, I think I did this last time. There we go. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh. I think that's that thing that blew me down there. It is... I really like this, right? But it is so confusing. I think to a new player. Somebody who's never played this before would be like, what the flipping heck's going on here? What is that? So, I don't know what that was. Collected something. It sounded cool. Alright. Is it up here? No. Oh. Anybody know what the hell it is that's going on here? I'm getting lots of points, which is cool, but I've only got 34 seconds left, and then I'm going to run out of time. Oh. What am I missing here? I found this the second last time I played this. I definitely found this. I feel like I wonder if I'm supposed to go down this way, but I don't know if I had to do that. Oh, I ran out of everything. Okay, right. Now. I am not giving a great demonstration of this, people. I can only apologise for that. Nope. Oh, that's bad. Now, I seem to have not run out of time. I don't know what it is that means that it's game over. I don't know how long you can do this for before... Oh, I feel like that might be where I need to go, so let's keep going up here. Nope. No! Oh dear, it's not there. Yeah, it's very confusing. When you're actually on the ground walking around, it is super confusing, and it's kind of difficult to work out where you're going. You've got that arrow there that's supposed to help, but it doesn't necessarily. Oh, that might have been what I was actually looking for, though. There's the thing that I was looking for, look. Okay, next question is, how do I get up there, get my wings back? Oh, there we go. Get up, quick, 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 quick. Oh, I can't get back in there. Why is that? Okay. Right. I feel like that there is going to be the end of the game as soon as that reaches me. There we go. Okay, so I think that's what's happening there, is that timer thing reaches me if I'm walking around. I clearly need to do something else. When I played this before and I ran out of time, I was able to go back to that platform and it sort of gave me some more time. So there's obviously something I'm missing there. But yeah, not the greatest demonstration in the world, I'll warrant you that. But nevertheless, yeah, when I did the playthrough earlier, I did get quite a bit further. So obviously was doing something wrong there on the playthrough. But yeah, I guess the question is then, what do I think of Nights into Dreams? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously from that playthrough, it looked like I was really struggling, and I was. I make no bones about that. But actually, I do really like this game. I think it is really, really good fun. I'm not going to give it a rating because I haven't played enough of it, I think, to really give it a fair crack of the whip. So I'm going to go back and play it some more, and then maybe one day we'll come back and have another look at it, perhaps on the Wii later in the year. That's be something we're looking at for the month with, because that will be 20 years old this year. So maybe we'll have a look at it on the Wii or on one of the other newer consoles, perhaps as the remake. But yeah, I really like it. I think it probably does scratch the itch for Sonic on the Sega Saturn. I think it is a very, very different game. Obviously, Sonic is a platformer, and this is sort of quite the opposite, really. You spend very little time running around. And in fact, when you do run around, it's quite confusing and complicated, as you saw in my rather dreadful playthrough just then. But it is nonetheless, it is quite an enjoyable game. It's very pretty, and it is quite addictive as well. When I was getting further into it earlier on, I was finding that I was quite addicted to flying around and sort of doing acrobatics in the sky. It's quite, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit cathartic, maybe. It's quite a nice way of sort of distracting yourself. It's quite a nice world to be playing in. So really enjoyed it. I think it's a really good game. I can understand why people really, really like it. I can understand why it is a cult classic, and I can understand why people felt that this was what was needed on the Saturn in lieu of a decent Sonic game. So there we go. That is Nights into Dreams. That is the bit between. And that is it for this week. So as I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, there may not be a bit between every single week now going forward. I will still do them. I do enjoy doing them from time to time, but they're just going to be a bit less frequent. That is it then on that. This Friday we will also be talking about the Saturn again as part of the month. We are drawing to the end of February, so the Saturn will be coming back onto a shelf, and its time as my main console for a month will be drawing to a close. So I'm going to tell you what that's been like, tell you what some of the games are that I've been playing, talk a little bit about the history of the Sega Saturn and some of the technical specifications of it. So they're usually quite long videos. There's lots of things in there about the Sega Saturn, things that you may not have known before, so stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to talking to you about it. It's been an interesting month with, so yeah, we'll talk about that in the video on Friday. So please join me for that. And of course, I will also be talking to you about what is coming up next month in the month with. Probably just leaves me to say thanks very much for watching and taking the time with me today. Please do hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy these videos. Obviously, hit that bell icon for notifications as well. Just make sure you don't miss anything. Other than that, I will just say please do all take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.
What?